Nifty is down 30 points. Not much, but 0.16% lower, and off, of course, about 0.75% from the highs. The gap up start there as well. Mr. J.C. Sharma is Vice Chairman and Managing Director with Sobha Limited. He's joining us right now from Bangalore. Mr. Sharma, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Prashant this side. We've got the first quarter pre-sales numbers, and it seems like a strong start, about 11% year-on-year growth to the year. Could you just qualitatively talk about the April to June period? What did you see? What kind of trends are you seeing in the market?
Good morning, Prashant. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. See, if you look at this year, we have begun with a better note vis-a-vis the last year first quarter. We believe that the resilience of the Bangalore market and somewhat improvement in the Chennai market is what you see in our operational results for the quarter. We have done about 700,000 square feet or so in Bangalore and about 60,000 square feet plus in Chennai. These are the strong markets where the demand is still driven with the actual buyers and the prices being reasonable. We have been looking for this kind of a breakthrough in NCR as well as in Pune market also, and somewhere in Kerala market also we felt that we should have done better. But in the first quarter, results do not reflect that kind of an improvement what we had expected for. However, in net, we believe that this kind of results should help us to achieve our annual guidance of 4 million square feet what we were targeted for, because normally in our industry the first half is relatively weaker, and hopefully the way the underlying currents and the actual demand what we are seeing on the ground should help us to achieve the required numbers.
So Bangalore was 700,000. What was the number in Chennai, sir, in Q1?
$60,000 square feet plus.
Okay. So, what were average realizations like? Could you talk about that? And how does it compare to previous periods?
Sure. The average realization has been around 6,000 rupees a square feet. It is down a bit vis-a-vis what we had shown in the last financial year. What we need to qualitatively look at it is primarily on account of the mix change which has happened over a period of last 1 year, where from the last quarter onwards we have started showing the sales numbers of our Dream Makers, that aspirational series, where also we have sold in good numbers. And going forward, because of the launch of this new product, we are quite confident that we are now in a particular market segment where the product availability between 35 lakhs to 75 lakhs should help us in giving us a record year as far as the Bangalore operational volumes are concerned this financial year.
So this is the Dream series, right?
You are right, Prashant. This is the Dream series.
Right. Okay. Now, I mean, if you exclude this project, what would realizations be then? I mean, for the rest of the portfolio in the first quarter? Because you launched this project only in the last quarter, right? During the Jan to March period.
Then the realizations remain more or less stable.
Okay.
Yes, it started with the last quarter of the last financial year, and it continues, and this year it will see the benefit of all the 4 quarters enjoying these sales numbers. That's why in a tough environment we felt that we should give a target of 4 million square feet vis-a-vis what we have achieved of 3.3 million square feet in the last year in total, though the market conditions still remain relatively difficult. As far as the realization minus this Dream series is concerned, they have remained stable, and that is around 6,350 rupees or so per square feet.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Sir, is the market, is there any indication that the market is moving down? I mean, that absorption for higher priced property is dropping in Bangalore as well. Now, the reason I ask you this is because IT companies, which of course have led this huge demand for residential property in Bangalore over the last so many years now, are also seeing their own growth rates dropping, right? I mean, some of the largest IT companies are now, of course, these are very large companies now. The base is quite large, but from 15-16% kind of annual growth rates, they're down to about very low double-digit growth numbers year on year. It's also showing up in other areas, like hiring, for example. So I'm just trying to understand.
You have a point.
Are you seeing that in the property market?
You have a point, and a very valid point that way. What you are seeing is, while the average increase in the salary levels, they are coming down, and the overall numbers of the people being hired by the IT companies, which has been the biggest source of generating employment, especially in the southern cities, that intensity is no more there. At the same time, you are also parallelly seeing the absorptions of the commercial space, which I think last year was a turnaround year, and that momentum continues even in this financial year as well. And that is where your question, that the higher priced products definitely today, looking at the macro environment, they are facing some kind of a headwind, whereas the lower priced, this 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs to 1 crore.
Mr. Sharma, I think, yeah, go on, sir. I think you're back. We lost you there for a second. Go on, sir. All right, I think we're losing the link a little bit. We'll try and fix that. Apologies for that. But that was an important point, not just for Sobha, but for other. Sobha, of course, is the leading player, but other Bangalore-based property developers, a lot of them are listed. Brigade and, Prestige and Sobha, I mean, all these companies have done very, very well. And of course, the big tailwind, the driver for the demand for property has been IT personnel from all over the country going into Bangalore with jobs, and I mean, that's driven demand. What is the impact of that kind of dropping off a little bit? That's the point that Mr. Sharma was answering. I think he's back with us, Mr. Sharma. Please go on, sir. We lost you there. Could you start from the beginning?
Sure. What I was trying to convey was there is a reality now with which all the developers are trying to respond to. The reality is that the job market has become tough. The increments, the way they used to give employers to the IT sector employees, that kind of double-digit increments are no more valid. At the same time, the commercial space absorption I was talking about, the last year was a turnaround year, and in this financial year, that momentum continues. And keeping that thing into mind, most of the developers today, they have resized and designed their homes, which are relatively smaller, but as far as the amenities are concerned, there has been no compromise. They have become compact and more functional than the larger ones. And the demand for these 1 crore and less priced products is definitely relatively higher, not only in Bangalore, but across all the markets. And going forward, the volumes we will be getting more from such products than from the higher priced products. That's the trend we are clearly witnessing.
Okay. I mean, so size of flats will be smaller, and so obviously the value of the flats will be lower as well, and that should lead to better absorption. That's basically one of the strategies, right, which developers are undertaking.
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't see any impact in pricing per square feet per se? Okay, I think we could have freeze frame, bit of a technical issue there. Mr. Sharma, if you can hear me, I'm going to let this be, and we got what we wanted. I would have loved to take a question or two more, but the line is a bit patchy. Apologies for that. Appreciate you coming on here on the channel as always, sir. It's a real pleasure. Good luck. Thank you very much. Mr. JC Sharma there, Vice Chairman, Managing Director with Sobha Developers, with that perspective. We're going to take a quick break here. Devin Choksi is coming up on the markets in just 2 minutes. We're back.